Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you are a subscriber already, you might notice everything looks a little bit different. Somebody, maybe me, might have forgotten to bring the normal camera we film onto Sam's. So we're using a different camera. Let me know what you think. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know whether the sound quality is going to be as good as normal because we're using a different mic as well, because I also forgot that. But I wanted to film this because I wanted to play with these eyeshadows. In my brands I want to try in 2024, I mentioned Clionadh, and in their spring sale I made an order just before I went on my spending ban. So today we're going to do a look with some of these. We're just going to get ready. And yeah, we're going to use these. I'm very excited. Do also have my Carnival Interstellar palette from Be Perfect, because I think we're going to do some kind of pink green combo, I think. And then I have also got a really throwback glisten palette. This is the Kike and glisten palette, because I thought we might do some cute little dots as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm going to do a little bit of skincare. This is the P. Louise Vibrating Eye Cream. If you saw my, which video was it I mentioned it in? My spring skin, I think. You know, I don't really vibe with the fact it vibrates, but I quite like the eye cream, so we're using that today. And then my skin is quite dry at the moment, so gonna throw on a nice thick layer of Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. This is, it's getting there towards the end. And I'm so torn about whether to buy another pot or not. It just seems unnecessary. I might try the Clinique Moisture Surge, the new intense one that they brought out not that long ago instead, because this one is just so ridiculously expensive. Okay, then we're going to prime as always. If I can get it out, we're going to use Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Somebody said to me the other day, I really need to try this because I've heard really good things about it. And you do. If you haven't tried it, it's a good one. And mine is getting very empty. I might have to pull the stopper out, to be fair. Right. Okie dokie. Okay, what we're going to do today, I think, is we're going to do green in the inner corner, pink on the outside, and then I'm going to do pink dots on the green dots on the pink, and then I think we're going to use this shade here from Clionadh. I'm going to swatch all these when I get to the point of using them for you all, but for now, I'm just going to stare at them. Right, so I'm going to start off with a big fluffy brush. We're going to grab Interstellar and I'm going to go in with the shade Earthbound, which is this kind of minty shade here. Also, just a little comment on like Clionadh and the UK shipping. It came pretty quickly. I would say it was about 2 weeks from the date it was dispatched. Dispatch time took a little bit longer because of the sale, but I wasn't so bothered about that. The palette I actually got to put my shadows in was listed as a kind of damaged palette. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always manage to like bash up these cardboard palettes, so I wasn't 100% bothered that it was what they classed as damaged. Literally it came, I cannot find any speck of damage on it. I don't know whether it's because maybe the colourings aren't quite right or something on it, but yeah, it was an absolute bargain because it was meant to be like damaged stock, so I was very impressed with that. And I would recommend, like, if you're not so bothered about the fact it may potentially come with some marks on it, definitely get a damaged one, because it was so less damaged than I thought it would be. Okay, so we're just putting that earthbound shade on the inner corner. I'm just blending it out with my brush at the same time. This is such a stunning shade. And I love green and pink together. I know some people say like it's not a colour combo they would ever do or like together, but I just think it looks so cool. Okay, we are going to go in and brighten that up with a little bit of Luna, which is this very like yellow kind of green. I'm just going to put that on the outer edges just to give it a bit of dimension to the colour, rather than just using like one solid colour. Okay, so that is our inner corner done. And then I'm going to go in with the Spectrum Katie Jane Hughes 19, and we're going to use the shade Fiction ? Which is the baby pink in the palette. And we're going to do the exact same shape just on the outer. And don't worry, we are going to brighten this up very much. Okay, and then I am going to go in with a darker pink. I'm going to go in with this one here called Comet, which is a little bit, it's like slightly orangey. And we're going to put that in the crease, just to blend into that lighter pink. Just to give it a little bit more definition, and just make it look a little bit more pink. I am just going to take a fluffier brush now. This is a Give Me Glow G616, and I'm just going to blend that darker pink into the lighter pink. As per usual, my right eye looks so much better than my left eye. And back in with the smaller brush, just to kind of round off those corners. Right, okay. Now I'm just going to insert a swatch clip of these shadows for you all to see. I'll put the names on the screen. No, I'll put the names in the description box, but I'll swatch them all for you to see. dokey. So today I'm going to use Mural. This is an electric multichrome. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know a lot about Clionadh shadows, so I don't know what the kind of difference is in the textures. I'm just going to put this on dry for now, and then we'll see if it needs anything to give it a little bit of va-va-voom. So I'm just going to load it up on a Made by Mitchell ME3. Okay, it looks pretty on the brush. That is exactly what I wanted. It's kind of a green with like a peachy reflect, and oh, that is pretty. That is really pretty. Okay, maybe I understand the hype. And because these were on like the spring sale, they were actually fairly affordable. I don't think I paid any more than about £10 per pan. But some of them were like significantly cheaper than that. I think it just depends what kind of finish you get. But this is gorgeous, and it definitely doesn't need any kind of glue or anything like that. I'm just putting like a thin layer on, and then I'm going back in with another layer just to really intensify it. Honestly, I don't know how well this different camera is picking up the shift, but that is beautiful. I just stuck my finger in another one of them big time. I'll sort that out in a bit. Right, okie dokie. We are going to do some dots. I love a good dot. Right, we're going to grab this is a glisten and May-Timey brush, I think, but if you've got any kind of nail dotting tools, that'll work perfectly. Going to grab some setting spray. I just got a tiny little Charlotte Tilbury one here that I just want to finish. We're going to go in with the shade Strawberry because we've got the pink and the green. Like I said, we're going to put the dots, the green dots on the pink and the pink dots on the green, I think. So I'm just going to give it a little spritz. Okay, it turns out it's incredibly hard to talk and apply dots at the same time. So I'm literally just dotting these like completely randomly. And you want to make sure when you're doing dots that the product is quite thin, or else you tend to get jaggedy edges, which is not what we want. I'm going to put a green one right in the middle here, between the two shades, just to kind of transition it into something. I'm going to do a couple just kind of above that pink eyeshadow as well, just to tie it all in. Right, okay, we have dots. Okie dokie. Right, let's do the face. I've been really enjoying this at the moment. This packaging is terrible. This is the new Get a Grip primer from P. Louise, but it's so runny that it just runs out of the packaging, which is super helpful. The primer is lovely. So I'm just going to throw this on. I feel like the one thing with this camera is it definitely makes me a lot more tanned than I am. so I'm not going to complain. We are going to go in with the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Foundation. I'm just going to use a little flat brush, give it a shake. This is NW13 for anybody who is curious. And it's definitely darker than my NW13 in the Studio Fix Fluid, the original. I don't know about the new one, I've not tried it yet. Speaking of which, the new MAC Studio Radiance, the new MAC Studio Fix is something I keep thinking about trying. Obviously I'm on like a spending or like a massive low buy, but do let me know if you guys would enjoy a video where I compared this foundation to the new Studio Fix, or alternatively the new Studio Fix to the old Studio Fix, because that is one of the only matte foundations I find sits nicely on my skin. But I do also love this one as well, so I could perhaps do like a Studio Fix versus Studio Fix versus Studio Fix video. That's something you guys would be interested in, but let me know, because I don't want to pick it up if it's not something that you guys would enjoy watching, because obviously I'm trying to be more conscious about what I'm spending. But I do also love this one. I think it looks beautiful. Right, concealer. I'm going to use MAC Studio Fix. No, Pro Longwear. This is so close to being empty, guys. I am so close. Like, it's been stood up for like 3 days and it's still struggling. So I'm hoping this week this little buddy is going to be empty. I'm just going to whack some of that under my eyes. And then I've got a couple of blemishes on my like the tops of my cheeks currently, so I'm just going to pull it down a bit lower than I normally would. Right, bronzer wise, I'm just going to throw on some Urban Decay Baked Bronzer. No, what's it called? Beach Bronzer in bronze. Honestly, you would think the fact that I'm working on this currently to hit pan, you would think I would remember its name, but apparently not. Okay, this line makes me look so tanned, I kind of love it. So yes, I'm making very good progress on this bronzer. We are almost at the 4th ring of the pan, so I'm very excited. I am ready for this one to be done, I must admit. I love this bronzer, but I feel like I've been trying to finish it for a million years. Okay, making sure we're taking that down the neck. Oh my god, I'm not this tanned in real life. Right, we are going to do my current go-to blush combo. This is like the ultimate budget and bougie combo. So we're starting off with the Maybelline Sun-Kissed Blush in number 5 Blazing Blush. I've seen a lot of people say these move their makeup round. I haven't had any trouble with that. I don't know whether it's the shade I got or I don't know, but these are essentially like very, very shimmery liquid blushes. So I've just popped a bit of that on the cheeks. I'm just going to blend it out with a stipple brush. And honestly, I think this is beautiful by itself, but I've been obsessed with putting Dior Pink Lilac over it currently. So that is what that one looks like. Literally, I've used this so much already that most of the Dior print is gone. I do like to go quite heavy with this. This blush will not be for everyone. But I think it's gorgeous. I am absolutely obsessed with it. Expect to see this one in my next quarterly favourites. Okay, so for my under eyes, I'm going to do exactly the same thing, but I think I'm going to flip it. So we're going to do green on the outer, pink on the inner. So I'm just going to go in with that minty shade on my big fluffy brush and start building this up. I wouldn't normally put under eye shadow on with a big fluffy brush, but for these kind of like very light pastel tones, I feel like it works. You just get a little bit in your eye there. Fair warning. Okay, and we're going to use my KJH19. We're going to use Fiction, which was the lighter pink shade, and we're going to take this all the way up to the inner corner. So we've got a cute little like flipped moment going on. Right, okay, lashes. I think, what are we gonna go with? I'm gonna go with the Bonnie Dolly Violets today. If I can get in the box. Let's close that before I stick my fingers in anything. Okay, so they are those. They have been worn, so don't mind that. I really like these. They're very nice, like wispy. They kind of give the effect of lash extensions, because that's not something that I'd ever really do. Just for the fact, if I wear so much makeup on, I take it off with so much oil cleanser, just lash extensions would just never last on. Okay, while we are waiting for that to set, whoop, I've dropped it on the floor. Currently very obsessed with this. This is the Urban Decay Slick Day Brow. It's just a clear gel, but there's just something about it that I really, really enjoy. So I'm just going to brush my eyebrows up with that and then use the comb to kind of go around them. And I always put a little bit of extra product on the front just to make sure they're not going to end up unruly. Now it's definitely not like the level of laminated brow that some people do. I feel like you could do it with this. That's not my vibe. I did try it. My eyebrow hairs is just too long. I kind of looked like a werewolf, which is just not a good look. And then I'm just running a little bit of pencil through it. This is just the NYX Micro Brow. Again, another product I'm wanting to finish. And I just run a little bit of this through the front and through any kind of bald bits in the arch. Just to try and somewhat make my brows the same shape. And then I take the little spoolie and I just reshape anything that's gone a bit awry while I've put the pencil in. Okay. Right, tweezers, tweezers, tweezers. Okay, while we wait for those to dry, I'm going to do a little bit of setting spray. A little bit, she says. I actually quite fancy some highlighter today. So, I think I'm going to do something quite bright for a change because I've not been wearing it a lot. This is Bonnie Dolly Platinum. This is blinding. I really hope this camera's going to pick it up, especially because my face is wet. I mean, just look at that. It's stunning. Put the tiny bit on the end of my nose as well. Right, okay, just before we do mascara, let's choose a lip. I think I'm going to start out with Lime Crime lip liner in Cake, simply put, which is just a nude that needs sharpening. Okay, so I'm just going to go all over the lips with that one. And then we're going to go in with this, which I've been really enjoying. This is the Say Glossy Bounce Lip Oil in Bounce. I really like this. The whole thing with Say is their products are either amazing or I really don't like them. That new foundation is ugh, gross. Like, without doubt, going in my disappointing products of 2024. But this is beautiful, and the bronzer is beautiful. It's weird, and I don't know how to feel about it, but I really like this. Mascara, P. Louise Tearproof. I am obsessed with this. It is incredible. If you have watery eyes, you need this mascara in your life. I do hope they're going to bring one out with like a big fat bristly brush, because that's my kind of brush. But for now we've got like a little spiky one. So yeah, I hope they bring it out in some different brushes, but like the same formula. But in terms of the formula, this stuff is incredible. Like I said, if you've got watery eyes, you need it in your life. And they do currently do it in black and brown. I'm hoping to see some shade extensions in the future, because we all know what P. Louise is like. But that is it for today's video. I do hope you really enjoyed it. So far, I love these Clionadh eyeshadows. I can't wait to play with them more. I'm really excited to swatch them because I've not done that yet. So yes, if you did enjoy this video, do give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe. And if you want to make sure you never miss another video, hit the bell icon and YouTube will notify you every time I post. You've been fabulous. I've been Coleoftheball, and I'll see you next time. Bye!